Hi guys, Frank here from Build Your Own, and this is a 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 with the Cummins diesel. And in this video, we're gonna clean, wash, and detail this truck. This truck is actually in good shape. It just needs a really good cleaning. It's got a lot of custom parts on it. Like I see a custom exhaust, I see wheels, the running boards. It's definitely got a lift kit on it. It's got a front, it's got a custom bumper on the front. It's a very nice truck. It just needs, the paint's really dry, but in good condition. The paint's really dry, but in good condition. It just needs a really good wax. I know it'll clean up really, really good. Let's take a look at the interior. So the truck has a nice black, looks to be a leather interior in here. It's very nice. It's dirty, right? Looks like they have pets here. Definitely some dog. I see dog hair in here, but it's not an overabundance. We can certainly get that clean. It's not too bad under the mats though. That's the cool thing about these mats. It definitely saved this carpet. So while there is a lot of scrubbing to do and some cleaning to do, the mats actually saved the truck a lot, saved the interior a lot, and the door panels don't look too bad. The door jambs, they're pretty dirty, definitely pretty dirty, but we can get those nice and clean. So here we are now around on the driver's side. Seat looks in great condition. It still looks good up front here. The dashboard's in great condition. Got an aftermarket stereo. Everything looks good, just needs a really good cleaning. I think the truck's gonna turn out looking fantastic. So we just need to make a note on how it looks now, because it's gonna look a lot better. We'll get this door jamb all clean in there. See all that? There's a lot of mud caked down in there. We'll get all that out of there. We'll make sure to use some brushes and get all that crust and all that stuff. And this happens in everybody's car with all the switches. You just, you get stuff around there. We'll get all that clean as well. We see this grab handle definitely gets some use, doesn't it? But we get that clean. Thankfully, this steering wheel has a cover on it, so it won't look bad. We'll take it off, and I got some great Griot's leather conditioner that we're gonna put on the seats and everything, and on this leather wrap steering wheel. So we'll make sure it looks good underneath there, but we'll put this right back on when we're done. Okay, so here we are looking at the bed of the truck, and it doesn't look too bad in here at all. It's not too bad at all. Right, all we're really gonna do is lower this tailgate and jump up in the back of here and just power wash this thing out really good, and I bet it'll be okay. So step one is to break out the power washer and start washing this thing up. But before we get started with that, I want to check my supplies, make sure I have everything I think I need. Okay, so here we are in the back in the shop where all the supplies are. I like to use a lot of Griot's products, so we're gonna use exclusively mostly Griot's products on this truck. We got the leather cleaner, we've got the complete compound to take down any scratches. We might not even need to do that on this truck. I'll determine that after we wash it. I've got my wax back there. I've got my awesome Griot's G9 Orbital. This thing is awesome. I used it on my own truck. You'll see that truck in a little bit because we'll have to pull it out to get this truck in to do the cleaning, because we're going to clean it indoors. Got some pads, though. I think I want to pick up some extra pads. I think I'm going to go buy a few extra pads real quick before I get started, because these are the only ones I have. I thought I needed car wash, but yeah, there it is. I wanted to use the Griot's car wash. Yeah, I'm totally into the Griot's products, though I also like turtle wax a lot. I even recently got this Griot's synthetic clay bar, so we'll see. I might use this. I haven't used it before, so I might use it just for fun, just to see how it works. Okay guys, now we're in the garage, and actually, you know what, before we actually go get some more pads for the buffer, I think we're gonna wash that truck first. So we're gonna get this all set up, get this outside, and I think we're gonna pull the truck out, and we'll pull out the Beetle. So let's do all that, get set up, and then we'll start washing this truck. And then we'll go get the buffer, we'll go get those buffer pads, and then we'll let that truck just air dry. Okay, so I've got my truck out, and the goal is try to make this truck as shiny as this one. You see the paint on this truck. You see the paint on this truck. This truck's in great shape. I mean, for what this truck is, 210,000 miles, this old farm truck, this truck looks great. I put a lot of time into it, especially this paint. original paint, but it looks great. This truck here has great paint. It's just really, really dry. It's dull. This white paint has no shine to it. This truck's got the black wheels, but it's got the classic black wheels. You see all that brown in there? That stuff is notoriously hard to get out. We'll do our best with that. I also have black wheels, but I've made sure to stay on top of mine from day one, so that way they stay looking nice and shiny just like that. So we'll see what we can do about those wheels. And yeah, so now we got the cars out. I just need to set up the power washer, and then we can start washing this truck down, right? Because the washing process is really important. The better you do that, everything else just works better going forward. Okay, so I've got the power washer all set up. It's ready to go. First thing we need to do is I just want to just power wash the truck, just knock off the loose debris. I want to spray some products on the wheels and the tires and scrub those. So what are we going to use? Well, we're going to use, I think we're going to use the turtle wax. I'm going to go ahead and put the turtle wax on the wheels, see how that works. We're going to put this Black Magic tire cleaner. We're going to put that on the wheels, because if you saw that brown on the wheels have a lot of brown on them, all that browning. So that's all dirt. And so that bleach white, it used to come in a different container. This bleach white will work really good on that. And then this super clean, I think I'm going to use that in like the door jambs. I think I'm, you know, all in the jambs down in here. So I think what I'm going to do is work on the wheels and the door jambs, and then we'll check back in as I'm doing that. Okay, so I've taken my turtle wax, wheel cleaner, and the bleach white. The tire cleaner I've already sprayed around the wheel, as you can see, and you can already see it's oozing off a lot of that dirt. I'm still gonna scrub it, and then I use the turtle wax product to spray on the wheels here. So we're gonna let that soak in. I'm gonna do one wheel at a time. I'm just gonna kind of do one wheel at a time. In the interim, while this is soaking on, I wouldn't spray this like this if the wheel was hot, because this stuff has a tendency to burn onto your wheel. These wheels are nice and cool, so I'm not worried about that. So while this is kind of soaking away for a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of spray the truck and just kind of start taking my preliminary steps towards getting it washed here. So can you see all that dirt on the paint there? You know where that's coming from? Let me show you where that's coming from. This is why I like to power wash before I even start putting soap on the vehicle. Check this out. Right, that just comes from inside well, it's getting clean now, but it comes from right inside the window strip right there. But it's all basically, yeah, there's a little bit coming out there. But that's usually what gets that. There's some coming out, yeah, you see that. And so, this is kind of stuff that, yeah, you gotta start by doing a little bit of this and get that all nice and clean. And that's why I like to do some prep work like this first. So I'll go around the rest of the truck doing this, but I actually need to get back to this wheel. So let's first rinse this wheel off and see what it looks like. Now this is a back tire. It's gonna look, these wheels are gonna look better than the fronts, because the fronts are responsible for more braking, so they're gonna be dirtier. These are gonna clean up a little bit better. So we get a false sense on the ones in the back, so we won't get too happy right now. So it looks pretty good, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spray some more of the turtle wax on here, the tire cleaner, and then we'll scrub it with the brush, and then we'll rinse it again, and then I'll be happy with that. Okay, so I've got that scrubbed up really good now, so let's just hose it off and see how it looks. It should be pretty good. But it's always hard to tell with a black wheel. When they're wet, sometimes they just look good anyway. You won't really know sometimes till they dry out. So all you can really do is try your best to clean it really, really good. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so the wheels themselves are looking very, very, very good. I've gone and cleaned not only this wheel, but all the other wheels. They all look really, really good. I scrubbed them really good. Took a lot of time to do that. Now I just thought I'd come back over the tires themselves, spray the bleach white on there, and then use that scrub brush that you see sitting on top of the tire to go ahead and get the remainder. You see, even though a lot of it still oozed off that first time around, there was still a lot of dirt on this tire. So I'll do this tire, do all the tires, and then we can move on to the door jambs. Okay, I got done doing the tires, but before we take a look at those, let's power wash this strip right here and see how much gunk comes out from up here. Let's see how it works. I guess it was just bad on the other side. Oh, there's some right there. Maybe I don't have the right angle. There we go. There we go. We got some coming. There it is. There it is. Takes a minute to get it going. Takes a minute to get it going. All right, so basically I've just power washed all the sides. I haven't done the hood or the roof yet, but the tires, you probably can't see them very good from this angle, but the tires look great. They need to dry out, and once they do, you'll see that there's no more brown. If there is, it should be very little. Okay, check it out. This is actually the first wheel that I started with, and it's been sitting for a while, so it's pretty dry. And honestly, I don't know the age of the tires, but they look a lot better than they did. I'll put a little gloss on these, but not a whole bunch, and they'll look fantastic. Okay, so now that the wheels and tires are done, now that I've kind of power washed the truck off all the loose debris all up under the wheel wells and stuff like that, I want to get into the door jambs. I want to spray these door jambs and clean these, because yeah, I could wipe them out after the fact, but boy, it's a lot easier when you have a power washer to get at all this kind of stuff like this. It's a lot easier to get all this stuff right now during the wash phase. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like when I get done. Okay, so I've gotten the door jambs done on the driver's side, and they look a lot better. Looks a lot better down there. Looks a lot better under here, and by the time I get done wiping it down and doing all that, it'll look great. Looks fantastic all down in here. You know what, here's the thing. I noticed that this owner has looks like a card to the Washman car wash, and here's the reality. You can go to the best car wash in the world, but you'll never get your door jambs clean like that, or your wheels and tires. Those machines, those car washes, they can't even do that. They can't do that. They're not designed to. When your vehicle gets too dirty, you just can't get it done. You got to bring it to somebody like me. So here we are on top of the vehicle looking at the hood or the roof, and you can see right down these gutters. There's just a ton of stuff. I don't know what this truck sits under, but it's gonna ruin this truck over time. You know, it's a good thing that we're coming in here and cleaning this, but this is the stuff that builds up over years and years and years, and it gets in everywhere in the door jambs, and you take a nice vehicle and then it ends up not being so nice anymore. Okay, so I did some power washing down here, and it looks a lot better. There's still some other cleanup, because obviously all this spray over here, but there's some cleanup, but it cleaned up really good down in here. I'm really happy with that. While I was up here, I sprayed the third brake light because there was a bunch of gunk in there, and then I sprayed around the back window. I left it here so you can see it. There's still a lot of stuff down in that track. Can you see all that? And so yeah, you know, I haven't even put soap on this truck yet. You can see all that in there. I haven't even put soap on this truck yet, and there's clearly a lot to do. So let's get on with it. So if you're doing door jambs at home, you know, one of my tips I can only give you is spray this stuff liberally. Get some stuff that can really cut through this stuff. Spray it liberally all around. You can see it's all up on the door trim. Why? Because it's all up on the roof up here, and we'll take a look at this side. It's just as bad as that other side was. Get down all in here. There's a lot of stuff you want to get on the back side of the door as well. This door in here, all along the bottom. Everything's been sprayed, and it's just kind of soaking everything. And then if we hop up here and get up on the roof here, then we can see all the stuff up here, and it's bad. Actually, it's bad. And so that's why the top of the doors have so much crud in them, because it's just spilling over. Those things are just at capacity. Like I said, I don't know where this truck parks, but whatever it's parking under is just packing those gutters up, something horrible. Okay, so the wheels and tires are done. The door jambs are done. These were the door jambs on the passenger side that we left off with. And as you can see, the door jambs look fantastic now. I gave the truck a little time to dry and all that, and then so I came back here and I started working on the bed. I was gonna just power wash it out, but it's a hot mess. This thing that fits in here and all this stuff that's underneath it, it's just a mess under here. I think it'd be better off not to even have this thing in here all the time, because look at everything that's underneath here. At any rate, so I'm not gonna get this thing perfectly clean. I'm gonna power wash it. I probably drag it out of here. I'll use I have an old shop broom I can scrub it with, and then I'm gonna use that same broom to sweep out most of this stuff, and then I'll power wash the rest of it out. So it's turning out that this truck is turning out to be a really big project. I still haven't put any soap on this thing yet, but that's next. After we get this done, we'll be ready to actually wash it. Okay, so I got the mat drug out, and all I really did was I just power washed it as good as I could, and I could still see some dirt in it, but I think you could spend all day trying to get that perfectly clean, so that's futile. We're not doing that. And then over here in the back, well, the back came out really, really good. I did have to use the broom to pull a lot of it out, but then I was able to get get it all out. Really, I didn't have too much of a problem. So it looks really good back here. It looks really, really good. There was a lot of pine needles, and it was all stuffed and caked into here. It was a hot mess, but now it looks fantastic. So now I think we're actually ready to start washing. I think we're ready to actually put soap on the truck now. Okay, we got the 5-gallon bucket or whatever it is. We got our Griot's car wash. We've got our stone catcher down there so that stuff doesn't get stuck in the mitt. And so we're gonna fill this up with some soapy water, and then we're gonna start washing this truck down. So I'm just gonna wash this down, and then we'll take a look at it after I get done. I was kidding. Of course I'm gonna do more talking before I get done washing this truck. So this is all filled up with soapy water, and the reason why I do a lot of talking is because I'm detailed, and since you're not here with me, I want to give you as many details so you can experience it with me. That's kind of the point of doing these videos, right? So up close here, you can see there is a lot of dirt. From afar, yeah, it's a white truck and it looks like it's spotless clean, but it's not. And so you get up close to it, and it's got a lot of dirt on it. Not so much in scratches and stuff, but just a lot of caked in dirt. Just a lot of caked in dirt along the body. This is from blowing all the roof and all that. That's what all this is. But it looks pretty good up here. I don't see a bunch of caked in stuff on here. This is all hard plastic. This all looks good. You know, I'm gonna clean as well as I can in between all the numbers and stuff like that. Usually when this stuff gets bad, probably the best thing to do is take these off, buff it, clean it, and then go to the dealer and they'll set new ones on there for you. They'll get them in the right spot. That's probably the best way to deal with that. And well, here we could probably get around all of that. The bumper, everything in the front looks really, really good. This bumper will be easy. The grill's nice, in nice shape. The side mirrors look good. We look down the body, and the body's nice and straight. This is a sweet truck, and I'm normally a long bed truck kind of guy, but this is a really, really, really nice truck. I'm really looking forward to cleaning it. So yeah, now I'm gonna get started. Okay, so on a vehicle of this size, and especially with this much direct sunlight today, I'm doing one panel at a time. So I just did the back panel of the bed here, and yeah, it looks a little bit lighter than the rest of the vehicle. And I can see here, now I can see his scuff. And so now once I get it nice and clean, now I'll be able to see what imperfections are in the paint, because maybe I guess some of them are gonna be covered up by the dirt, like this one was, because it perfectly matches that dirt, so I wasn't able to see that. I might be able to get that scuff out of there. And then when I wash back here, I make sure to get all up on the fender wells really, 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 really good. That's super important. And I've already power washed in the wheel wells there, so that looks really, really good. All right, so now I'm gonna finish washing the rest of the truck now in stages. Okay, finally, the exterior is done. The wash is done. It's taken forever. The wheels are done, the tires are done, the door jambs are done. Everything's done. I've washed it down really, really good. It's a lot shinier than it was. The paint's I'm still gonna say it's in pretty good condition. We're gonna do, we'll probably do a 2-stage wax on this, and so we'll talk about that here in a minute. We need to get the truck inside. You know, it is nice outside and it is great light, but I want to put the truck in the garage, and we'll have decent light in there. So let's get the truck in the garage, and then we can start getting busy on the interior and the exterior. Okay, so we're in the garage, and you know what? The truck looks great. I know you might not be able to tell based on the light, but the truck looks really, really good. It cleaned up very, very nicely. I'm very happy with it. We are gonna put some wax on it. We're gonna do a couple stages of wax, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's take a look in the interior, because I already took the mats out, the rubber mats, and so now we can get a better look at the carpet. Okay, so the interior is actually really nice. The carpet is in good condition. Like I said, those all-weather mats, they did a great job. So it's really only along the edges that need to be done. This door sill right here, it looks really, really good. The seats are in great condition. There's no rips in the leather. As far as the dash, it's just really dusty. It's just super, super dusty. But it's gonna clean up good. It's gonna clean up really, really well. I'm not gonna try to armor all it with a lot of high gloss stuff. I just want to get a real nice, clean look, not shiny. And yeah, I think the inside is going to do very, very, very well. Let's look on the let's look in the back, because that's where the dog hair was. All right, so here we are in the back seat, and yeah, we can see there's a lot of hair on the seats and stuff like that. So I think what we're going to do is, I think the first step is to vacuum the seats. I'm going to vacuum the back seats, vacuum the front seats, vacuum in the door pockets, do all that stuff. And then we will do the leather conditioner on the seat. So we'll talk about that when we get to that stage. I'll also, before I check in again, we'll also do something on the exterior of the paint. Let's talk about it. Okay, so we're gonna use my complete compound here, and we're gonna go ahead and use this yellow or orange pad here, and this is gonna be for our light scratches and swirls and stuff like that. We're gonna use this to get out our imperfections in the paint. All right, so that's going to be step 1. And then step 2, we'll take the red pad and we'll put on our best to show wax. We'll put on our best to show wax, and we'll see how good this bad boy looks. So we're going to work on those seats, and we'll do stage 1 of the wax. Correction, if you're doing this at home and you're using these same products, this is the orange foam correcting pad, the Grills correcting pad. This G9 kit is awesome. I'm really looking forward to using it. I've only used it on my truck so far, and the Beetle, and the results have been phenomenal. So I'm really looking forward to using it on this 2500. All right, guys, so I got it to stage 1 here, where I did that whole paint correction. I used that compound from Grills, and that came out pretty good. The paint looks really, really nice. We still need to put the best to show wax on it, but it looks super good. Truck's got quite the exhaust on it, huh? But the paint, like I said, the paint looks great. We look at it, you can already see the shine, as I think we got the right angle so we can see the shine on this paint. It looks great. Look across the hood, you can see the reflection. Everything looks really, really good. It's coming out really nice. I think by the time we put the wax on there, it's gonna look pretty good. Let's look inside, see how that came out. Well, it's not done, but we've got the vacuuming done. There's still a lot of dusting to be done, and the leather treatment on the seats to be done. But there was a lot of vacuuming. There was a lot of dog hair, a lot of pet hair, a lot of wiping. You know, this is just, this kind of look right here this is the kind of stuff that lets you know things haven't been wiped in a very long time. And so when it's your turn, if you're the lucky person to do it, it's gonna take a while. Like this cup holder, we were working on that. It was really loaded with hair and it was all sticking in there and all that, and we got all back up in here to get at. And so yeah, it's gonna look beautiful, but it already does, honestly. It's already cleaned up amazingly. The wheels look pretty good. They still got some dusty in them a little bit, but by the time I give them a little love, they'll look a lot better. Okay, so now I'll get it pulled back in the garage, and I'm gonna put some wax on the body and get all the dust and all that stuff off the trim, and get the wheels cleaned up, and I think we'll be done. We're chasing a little sunlight, so I want to get this done before it starts getting dark so we can see how the finished product looks, and we can put it next to the truck over there. All right, guys, we did beat the light here, so we do still have a little bit of light. The truck is all done. It sounds great. It looks great. It's got a beautiful shine on it. The wheels look fantastic. Remember how those door jambs looked? Remember the door jambs? Look how beautiful the door jambs are now. Everything just looks beautiful now. Remember how that looked before? I know it's getting dark, but you can still see in there. The interior cleaned up beautifully. Everything looks wonderful. Let's take a look in the back. All the pet hair is gone. I know you can't really see in there too good, but all the pet hair is gone. And then out in the back in the bed, remember how all the stuff that was back there? That's all gone now. So it all looks good. Now, the question is it as shiny as my truck? I think the answer to that is yeah. Let's see. I think we could say yeah. You know, it's a shade of white, so it's not going to have that same shine on it at night, but it looks fantastic, doesn't it? It's a good looking truck. And you know what? I thought it had a lift kit on it. The owner says it doesn't have a lift kit on it. It's got a 2-inch leveling kit on the front. It's got a leveling kit on the front. It's got a tune. It's got an exhaust. It's got an intake. It's a nice looking truck. All right, guys, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. If you found this this wash, wax, and detail of this 2004 Dodge Ram 2500 helpful, informative, or just entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the very next video.